This adventure is getting too crazy. So, I'm going to be very clear. I'm absolutely on a drug of some sort. And now, normally, you can't think that whatever you're going to say after things like, whatever you're going to say, you're on drugs, you're like, it's whatever. That's stupid. That's a crazy thought. But I just had one of the most profound thoughts that I've ever had in my entire life. And it's kind of like dividing my brain in half, in a way. So there's this classical sense that all drugs are bad, and drugs are bad, okay. But if they're so bad, it's only because people say they are. They're actually entirely in line with the universe and the mechanics of the universe. Quantum theory, the law of relativity. Relativity. It's all part of the same thing. When you're on drugs, all of those chemicals and hormones and atoms and photons and every single wave that's going through you is being bent by the gravity around us, and it changes space and time. And that's relevant whether you are sober or not. And I think that the human mind, when it's in altered states, I'm not saying has some superpower to do anything that's godlike. But I feel like it has the ability to slow its perception of time. I recently read about the zeptosecond as being the smallest unit of measurement. And there's no way a human brain could keep up with that pace. There's no way it could be that fast. So the human brain can only process a certain amount of zeptosecond units. Let's say it's billions of them at once in one unit. And it processes that, and then you experience it again. So as a human, there's this latency where you're not able to feel every single part of time. You just get little scatters of it. And that comes into your conscious, and all of this is occurring constantly. It's always just a snapshot of time and your feeling about it, but it happens so fast that it just feels linear. But it's really just an image, over and over and over again, with no memory of the past and the future's not a real thing. It's the same matter changing forms and expressing itself in the smallest unit of time, repeatedly. How is that not possible? Mathematically, we experience time moving, or the illusion of it. So that means that there's a series of instances. But we all know we can only be in one spot at one point in time. So I concluded what I just said. It's like a computer refreshing over and over and over again. I feel like there's a finite amount of processing power and how much it can resolve in, a unit of time. This past few days has been one of the best times of my life. I can't believe how much I've thought of just blows my mind to think that you could have gravity that's so intense that it slows time to the point that that moment in time is slower than the smallest divisible amount of time. There's a convergence. You don't need an infinity. There's just a convergence where the refresh rate or time of the universe interferes with the division of gravity. I think that this thought could lead to the mechanics of how the Big Bang occurred and how the universe could stop existing again. Now, is it just a high thought, or does it actually make sense? It's in my brain somewhere, just all these things, computing constantly. It's very interesting. So it happens when you have a lot of free time. You ponder the greatest questions in human existence.